Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Manchester United versus Leicester City women on the WSL yesterday. I'm going to try and do this more often where I discuss and review over games for Manchester United and try and go as in depth as possible as I can. Maybe the more I do it, the more in depth I'll go. And then have you guys give your thoughts and opinions on the video. So yeah, hopefully I can do this more often wherever time permits. And yeah, let's head into it. We gelled well as a team. Obviously this would be our third competitive game of the season, so I think that's really helped bring the players together. And scoring 9 goals in 3 games now has been, a good output for the team. So with 3 clean sheets as well, I think it's very positive. Don't think it's something we can get too caught up with though. Leicester themselves are in a bit of a crisis with the squad at the minute. I think they're going to struggle this season. They've working on an interim manager at the minute. They've not actually got a permanent manager in place. They've lost a lot of players to transfers and to injuries, and they're still looking to gel in a few of their own new players, new incomers. So it's a bit of a bizarre one at the minute for Leicester. I think they are still trying to settle for the start of the season, so it's not something to get too carried away with, the 4-0 result. But I do think it'll add confidence for the team, for the players, particularly going into the midweek game against Bran away from home. And going in with 9 goals in 3 games, 3 clean sheets is a very good result. So very positive all round, and to see the players gelling well the way they have done is very good. I don't think there were too many negatives in the game. So we can only beat the opponent in front of us, but one worry is the squad depth that we've got, and especially with us trying to challenge to get into the Champions League. Only naming 5 substitutes on the bench today is a worry, especially with the players we've let go. We let Barry and Rabjon go very late in the window. Players who I thought we would have kept. And with the injuries we've got as well, it is a bit of a concern. Skinner's admitted as well that we need to do more business in the winter window, as we couldn't get the transfers done during the summer window. But all the same, knowing that we couldn't get these transfers done in the summer, it's a bit confusing as to why we've let some of our up-and-coming players as well, who would have probably got game time and good experience with the first team, why we've let them go, especially a couple of them so late in the window. So a bit concerning with that really. I would have liked to have seen them get kept, purely for squad rotation, for getting into Europe, for potentially going deep into the competition, to help with the FA Cup and League games that are going to be on top of that. I thought we would have kept hold of at least a couple of them, but we can see we've got a couple of players who are due to come back. I know Williams and Rolfo are due to come back, our new signing Rolfo. I know Goldson, Awujo and George are due late September, so yeah, a bit concerning I'd say with the squad depth, but I think for now the confidence should be high of the squad. It'll be easier to gel the squad together, but going late into the WSL, into Europe, say League Cup and FA Cup, we've been FA Cup final 3 years in a row now, that'll be put to the test with a squad like this. So yeah, that is probably the biggest concern of the game, really. But besides that, it was good to see Ziggiotto out playing on her debut in the WSL. It was good to see Jess Park play. Still a bit weird to see that, really. She's got big shoes to fill in terms of how Clinton connected with the fans. There was actually a half-time thing on they were going through, I think it may have been some fans' birthdays, but they were going through who some fans' favourite players were, and one of them had put on Grace Clinton, who is still in the match programme as well. That wasn't updated in time. I'll show you now where she is. She is still in the matchday squad. So a lot of potential there with Jess Park, 23, and she was linking up already with the United players. So yeah, that looks like a good one to watch for the future. But yeah, overall a very positive performance. One thing I'll go through as well is player ratings. Maybe I'll go into this more in depth as I go along, and like I say, as time permits, I'd like to take more notes with this, really. But if I can get this going, maybe I can go more in depth with reviewing the game and having you guys talk back to me. So I'll start with the squad list. Fallon Tullis-Joyce, not had much to do. I gave her a 6. Just had that one save to make. There wasn't much for her to do in that pouring rain. It's the life of a goalkeeper when you've got conditions like that. The one thing that I can be critical on with her was there was a couple of back passes that she was very hesitant with. In the same respect, some of the back passes were poor. One notably from Letitia, who tried to fake an injury in the middle of it all when Tullis-Joyce was miles away from a goal, which the referee rightly didn't spot. I think maybe the hesitancy she could work on a little bit. But that being said, it was good to see her receive a Player of the Year award at the start of the game. She was head and shoulders above everyone last season. A brilliant goalkeeper. I think she's personally 10 times the keeper Mary Earps was. I think she's fantastic in goal for Manchester United. It's just what we need. Like I say, just the odd minor thing to work on. Maybe a passing range as well. We see the likes of Hannah Hampton, how well she's starting to develop her passing now. That's really being talked about in the game. I'd love to see Tullis-Joyce go the same way and really develop her passing. But I say besides that, that's stuff that can be worked on. She's a brilliant goalkeeper. Didn't have much to do yesterday. And third clean sheet of the season now in 3 games is very good for her. Jade Riviere, thought she had an alright first half. Fizzled a bit into the second half, I think. I don't think the supply was really coming down her way anyway, but I think she fizzled a bit in that second half. First half seemed to be a bit of a communication breakdown, I think, a bit with her and Bizet. A couple of times where Leicester had overloaded us on that, on their left hand side. I think it was Ale from Leicester who had gotten completely clear a couple of times, and there was a bit of a breakdown between Riviere and Bizet, as well as our holding midfielders. So yeah, I think she had an alright first half, but second half I think she fizzled out a bit. I gave her a 6.5 for the performance yesterday. May Letitia, my favourite player at Manchester United. I think she's incredibly intelligent footballer. Should be starting for England, in my opinion. She's probably one of the better centre-backs in that defensive line. I think she was missed during the Euros. I think we got away with the Euro win there. the way we did. Although it was a deserved yours when I think we fluked that a lot, and I think it would have really helped if Laetitia was in the team. Her passing range, the intelligence in the team. I think she's a brilliant player. She can play pretty much any position you tell her to. Play centre back, left back, right back. She can play in midfield. You could probably put her up top if you wanted to, and she'd just get on with it. So yeah, brilliant player. Game yesterday, didn't actually think she had the best game, to be honest. Passing was good at times, but I think a bit on the poor side for others. I think there was some wayward passes in there. I think she got the team together well in the second half. There was a lot of talk going on in the first half, organising the team, which is fine. Yeah, overall, I think it would have been better from Laetitia for how high her standards are. So with her being, my favourite player, with the performance yesterday, I think she gets a 10 out of 10. Dominique Janssen. So this is what I really want to break down now as well, is that I don't want to review performances just based on a set of highlights or attackers, which I think is what happens a lot when it comes to reviewing performances. I think Dominique Janssen had an outstanding game yesterday, and I know Leicester are in a bit of a crisis. They weren't always going to put up the biggest fight in terms of what Manchester United have been 3 games into the season already, but Janssen broke everything up yesterday. She was a close contender for player of the match. She was brilliant at the back. She doesn't normally play centre back for Manchester United. She's normally in the CDM role. So to come there in place of Millie Turner, and then to get shifted out on left back, which is again a bit unorthodox for Man United, and to put in an assist as well for Mala. I thought she put in a brilliant performance. She broke everything up, got to each other, tackling was good. She really disrupted anything that Leicester could have brought, could have come our way. I thought Janssen was brilliant yesterday, deserves more recognition for that performance than the players who scored. I think that really set the foundation for us to dominate the game, and I think that came through Janssen, and allowed us to have over 20 shots like the way we did yesterday. So big credit to Janssen. 8.5 I gave her. If it wasn't for Mars' second goal, I probably would have given her player of the match. Great performance, solid performance from Janssen. Anna Sandberg, I gave a 7 out of 10. Standard performance, brilliant with a dead ball. I do like Sandberg. Yeah, she's only 22 years old. A very young left back, very good up and coming player. I do like her for Manchester United. She's a very good player. Just put in a solid performance yesterday. The Giotti, she had a good game again. 7 out of 10 I'd give to her. Had a decent chance coming her way when she came late into the box from a Mallard pullback, which she hit just wide, which was unfortunate. It would have been good to see her score a debut goal, but it's good to see how well she's gelled into the team already. And be interesting to see how she settles in for the rest of the season. She'll bring good experience. She'll bring good experience for United, coming off the back of a successful season for Bayern Munich, winning the league, winning the cup. She's got WSL experience with Brighton, so she should settle in quite well. Be good to see her over the rest of the season. Miyazawa, I gave her 6.5. not outstanding, but she put in a standard shift, good ball recovery, she played well. Mizawa is someone that I would love to see make a step up now, really cement herself in that first team. I thought she pushed herself well last season. I would love to see her really push hard now for that first team place, like constantly. She's a very good player. I would love to see more of that consistency over the season, especially with the squad being so low. We're going to be calling more on her to step up. So yeah, it would be really good to see her push forward for that. Bizet had a bit of an odd game. She seemed very frustrated, Bizet, yesterday. Caught quite a frustrated figure on that side. Like I say, she had the breakdown in communication a couple of times, but I think she was potentially out of position for the overload Leicester gave. The crosses were perfect into the box, not what we normally see of Bizet for her standards. As we know, she's a very good crosser of the ball. She's very David Beckham-like with her crosses. I think she's very good with that. So a bit of an odd performance. She came off of Jess Park around the hour mark yesterday. I gave her 6.5 for the game yesterday. I know she'll come back stronger anyway. She's a very good player. Maybe she's missing Clinton a bit, I don't know. I know them two are quite close. But yeah, I'm sure she'll be back. I'm sure she'll be back fine. She's very good. Top 3 in assists, I think, last year in the WSL, if I'm not wrong. Ella too, I thought she had a very good game, especially with everything on her mind with the anniversary of her father. I thought she did very well to come out and play. It's such a good game that she did. She got the first goal in the game, which, you know, I'm sure you can see about the celebration was amazing for her, amazing for the team, to come around and surround her the way they did. Yeah, I thought she put in a very good performance. She got an assist as well for Mala's goal at the end. I gave her an 8 out of 10. I think her link-up play was good. Yeah, overall I think she had a very good game. 8 out of 10. Standard Ella2 performance, good link-up play. I think she did very well yesterday. Melvin Moore, I think she had a fantastic game yesterday. I'd love to see more of Moore playing. Player of the match for me. I thought she did very well. She was a good attacking threat in the first half. A couple of overhit crosses, but regardless, second half took her 2 goals well. First one was a bit lucky with the goalkeeping error, but second goal she took very well. She looked very dangerous throughout. Was creating space, was attacking space, looking to take defenders on, getting the ball in, linking up well with players. I think she had a very good all-round game today. She looked very up for it. I would love to see her more this season, which she probably will be again. Same with the squad depth we have. We'll probably see more of her this season. Yeah, very good player of the match for me in this game. 8.5 for her. Yeah, I think she did very well. Be a good confidence booster for her. A couple of goals she's got. Hopefully that can get us into Europe, where players like Mala will really give us that European experience. Something that we'll need when we get through Bran. Players like Mala will be vital for stuff like that, the games midweek, going back into the league. So yeah, good to see her have such a good game. Player of the match for me. Elizabeth Turland, I gave her an 8 out of 10. goal and assist, took a goal well, headed goal, and got her assist for, who was it? Ellertoon, in the first goal. Yeah, good performance. Personally, I actually wasn't a massive fan of hers last season. I know she scored some goals, but I thought she could have done a lot more last season. There were one-on-ones last season. General shots on goal, her strength. For me, it was a bit of a worry if we wanted to push for WSL title, especially when you're competing against Chelsea and Arsenal, and City up there as well. I think Turlen could have been a bit better last season if we are going to be challenging for the title. That being said, this game yesterday and in the 2 games in Europe, I think she's been very, very good. She's got her hat-trick in Europe already against PSV, winning goal against Hammarby, a header again today. I think she's very good with headers. I think she was last season as well. But we saw examples today with her good strength, running off the ball and linking up with the team. I didn't think she was always the best at linking with the team last season, so hopefully this is more things to come from Turland. Jordi is looking very impressive, and to get that goal in WSL as well should hopefully kickstart things. Yeah, I think she did very well yesterday. So between her and Rachel Williams, with Barry gone on loan now, Rachel Williams coming back off injury soon. So between them two, I think we'll have a very good strike partnership. I'm still a massive fan of Rachel Williams. I think her hunger for the game is still there. I love that we got her on a 1-year contract. I'd love to see her stay longer, to be honest. I think she's a very good player, Rachel Williams, as well. But yeah, hopefully more from Elizabeth Turland. Obviously missed that one-on-one chance that she had. I'd love to see her work on that more often. Obviously she's a very good header of the ball. She can score a goal, but if she could work on that more in terms of getting the standards up to WSL title level, that would really propel United forward. Yeah, I think good performance from her yesterday. It's good to see how well she's been doing and scoring in Europe. So yeah, good solid performance from her. 8 out of 10 I gave her. Substitute wise, Jess Park, I gave her 7 out of 10. She came on, she did well. She's very good with the ball at her feet. She's got that kind of zero gravity movement. Link up, already trying to link up in tight areas with the squad, with Ellertoon, with the front three. So I think she came on, she showed that she's got potential, showed that she's got exciting potential. So we'll see how she gets on. 7 out of 10 for substitute appearance. Thought she did well. Hopefully more to come from her. Lisa Nelson, 7 out of 10 as well. Thought she did alright when she came on. Again, didn't have a lot of time to make a massive impact, but hopefully see more of Nelson this season. She's a very good player. She had her injury last season, just kept her out for a few months. So hopefully see more of her this season now. But decent cameo from her coming on as a sub. Yeah, hopefully see more of her this season. Millie Turner, 6.5, not a lot to go at for Millie Turner. She came on late, but it was good to see her come on after injury. She came on for Ziggiotti, and that's when Janssen pushed out to left back. And we saw that Turner-Letizia partnership again. Again, 6.5, not a massive cameo for her, but good to see her out on the pitch after her injury. As you saw the images with her on crutches over the summer, so good to see her back on the football pitch at Leigh Sports Village, playing for us again. Yeah, overall positive signs. I think the challenge now, we've had three very good games to kickstart our season. I think what will be the big thing now is the next couple of weeks is we're now getting into midweek fixtures. We've got Bran away on Thursday, and then we go to London City Lionesses away. So managing and balancing that, those two matches will be a good sign of things to come. Will be a good learning for the squad, I think, in terms of how to manage that time, how to prepare for games. Going to Bran, going to Norway, coming back, and 3 days later you've got, travelling to London City Lionesses in the morning, who have heavily recruited in the summer. Their owners splashed a lot of money on that squad as well, so I know they lost 4-1 to Arsenal this weekend, but I think they'll be really up for that game at home as well, so definitely not an easy week. Week after will be Bran at home, but then straight to Arsenal at home as well, so I don't think there's any real easy fixture in that. I think they're all tough fixtures, so we'll see how well this smaller squad will deal with game management, time management, how we can rotate, utilise the squad to their potential, how Max Skinner will work that. One thing I guess I would have liked to have seen in this last game against Leicester is obviously we've got players like Griffiths in the squad who hasn't made an appearance yet. I think Leicester would have been a good opportunity for to maybe get her in there, get some game time. She's only played against Wolves, I think it is, where she scores them 2 goals on a debut. Would have been good to see Griffiths just get some WSL game time before we start getting into this loading up of matches in Europe. So that rotation thing will obviously be interesting to see how Skinner utilises that. If he'll listen to the players who have experience in there, he likes of Zigioto, he likes of Mala, and see just how well we manage that. So it'll be a balance, but will be good to see. I know regardless if we beat Bran, we'll be into the new Europa Cup format. So we're going to have Europe regardless if we beat Bran or not. So either way, we're going to have to balance that game management this season. So it'll be good to see that in future. But yeah, that's me for this video. If you are watching, please leave a like or leave a comment what your opinions might be on what I've said. If you think I could do better anywhere, too much opinion on one thing, too little on something else. If you'd like to see me discuss more stuff, say I'd like to go more in depth with stuff, I'll try to get to every game that I can, but to balance it around my life and work and such, that would be something for me to deal with. But regardless, if you're watching, leave a comment, let me know what you think in detail, criticise as well, let me know how it is, and yeah, if you want to see more of it, let me know. I feel like it'd be a good place for people to view a proper opinion, and like I said at the start of the video, not to just focus on the highlight reel as such and just focus on the people who scored or the big name players. I think it will be good to now review and be open and honest about, you know, performances and from the club and player side, and to be honest about the game. So I would like to do more of that. We'll see how this goes. But like I say, let me know in the comments if you're watching. And yeah, maybe see you next time on the next video.